So Taceaux Loceaux. Alex, welcome to St. Roch Market.
I love it here. Proud to be here.
Okay, I am with latest vendor here at St. Roch, the famous, the greatest food truck of New Orleans history, right? Can I say all that?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of great food trucks here. I'm just happy to be one in that number.
Yeah, you totally are. Alex Del Castillo, and he has Taceaux Loceaux, and you brought some tacos here for me to eat and stuff. But anyway.
Yeah, these are like the three of the ones that we started out with, and they've been on the truck since the beginning. This is the Messin' with Texas, which is the brisket. Flour tortillas, shredded cabbage, slow-cooked brisket, crema, and salsa picante, cilantro, and radishes. This is the Soul Man chicken, which is bulgogi chicken, which is Korean-style barbecue chicken, which is kind of like our barbecue shrimp, and that is not really barbecued. It's sautéed and marinated and cooked. More of an Asian flair. It's got a sriracha aioli, which is just spicy mayo, cilantro, and pickled onions with a little bit of zing in them. And this is the carnital knowledge, which is carnitas. That's just pork, corn tortillas, cabbage, cilantro, chipotle aioli, and radishes.
Yes, and the limes.
Oh yeah, the limes.
The
The limes are a funny thing. Yeah, I was, when I was in Mexico, they always gave you a little piece of lime. And the funny thing about the limes is, you see this weird way that I cut them. This is actually on the top of the box of one of the crates of limes I got, how to cut the limes. And it's to get the maximum juice because that appealed to the nerd geek in me. I was actually a reactor operator in the Navy once upon a time. And you cut through all the little polyps of juice that are inside there. When you squeeze it, you get the maximum amount of juice out of that little piece. And limes ain't cheap. I mean, limes go way up at certain times of the year around here.
Ridiculous.
So I always like to give a little bit of lime with the tacos, and I kind of put that kind of thought into the tacos too. Why we have the cabbage. Cabbage holds up better. It's good. It gives you crunch. It gives you body. A lot of the proteins that we put on here are juicy, so the cabbage will hold up and it doesn't just drip out, and it gives you that flavor. And I mean, the juice of the food is the flavor.
That's where it's at. Okay, so Taceaux Loceaux, you have been a food truck. You've been running in town for a decade or more.
Yeah.
And then you and I have known each other for almost as long, because you were talking about doing some breakfast at one point in time.
Just like that post-Katrina era, when everyone was like trying to do something here and just trying stuff out.
Era, that's 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know. It passes. Good
now,
Lord.
But why did you gravitate towards the food truck?
Well, honestly, my wife had been a chef at Emerald's, and she started at the bottom and worked her way up. And I had a job in tech, and that went well, and that we got acquired, and then it went bad, and that the big company that ate us decided to start laying people off and cutting people. And I saw the writing on the wall, and we thought, well, maybe we'll just start a food truck. It'll be easy. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But it started really taking off. The time was right here, and so that's just kind of where I got pulled, and it's been really fun. It was nice because instead of saying, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I work for a company that integrates the electronic supply chain for hotels. I mean, I'm already asleep at the end of that sentence.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what do you do? I'm the taco man. I make
taco man. Well, all right, they're in. And then over the years, you've gotten insane amount of accolades. Like Anthony Bourdain was a big fan of yours.
Yeah, I mean, right around then was kind of the genesis of like the whole social media thing was really coming up, and I'm not saying I certainly didn't invent food blogging by any stretch, but my vision of Twitter when that crazy Twitter thing came out and it was only 140 characters was.
Oh wait. He's talking about X.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
X.
Okay.
I'm like, this is it's like a bullhorn, or it's like the ice cream truck going down the street tinkling the music. It's like, hey, I got tacos here.
Yeah.
And back then it was like, you could pull up outside of a bar where there wasn't any food around and just say, I'm here. And, people came and it worked. And I put, eventually you could put pictures on it, and I put pictures of the food and descriptions.
And my wife and I, when we were dating, we used to chase you around, and that was the cool thing to do 10 years ago. Yeah. So when I told her, it's like, hey, Taceaux Loceaux, it's here actually. Oh, what? Oh, wow. So moving forward into the present day, here you are at St. Roch. You're the tacos is always something that needs to be at St. Roch. It's, you know, and to have you come here and do it is really, truly cool. And I'll tell you, I was moved, and I've told this to you before. Man, when I first got, it was your first night here, soft open, got chips and salsa, and man, the first bite of your salsa, I was like, oh wow, he really is the best. I mean, I can say that. I'm going to say that.
It's good. I taste all the food, as you can see.
Yeah.
Don't trust a fat chef, though. They'll eat anything. But
it's amazing.
You know, the truck taught me a lot of good lessons, and even the Navy, too, is like, you know, you got to be consistent. You got to be fast. And I remember, you know, with the various restaurant things we tried, I'd hear people say, oh, it was better from the truck. And I'd be like, no, it's not. It's the same damn food. But I'm like, now I can kind of see it in that, like, you know, you're never going to get it as hot and quick off the grill in your hand as from the truck. Except here.
Except, come on.
I mean, like that's where I'm going.
It's
like this is like the truck plus. I mean, it's me or one of my trusted people cooking it, and you know, we cook them. It's designed where all the long-term stuff happens in the back in the kitchen, the prep, and then now we're just heating it up, putting it together, and handing it to you.
It's like a food truck, except you're not in a tin can. You're in a.
I love the high ceiling because I'm so tired of being hunched over in the truck. And I like being able to see people kind of eye to eye rather than looking down at the top of their heads and not even knowing who they are when I'm standing next to them.
And like we're so excited to have you in because too, your expertise, you know, and to watch you get from here to there. I'm saying as far as like all the younger chefs that we have in here can like look tacos. We want to best that we can get it, but all the younger chefs like Aritza and that, you know, can look up to you and get ideas. The ideas that you're going to give her and the collabs with her and Tom.
Oh yeah, everybody's like I said, this is a great place, and I mean I walked down the hall thinking I can't resist any of this food. Everything is such a good example of it, and I think this format is great because it makes you put out, you know, what are my heavy hitters? Let's just, and you don't need to have a giant menu. You just need to do what you do really well.
Yeah.
And like if you come in here with a big group, if someone wants sushi, they got sushi. If they want Mediterranean, they got Mediterranean. And somebody
in the group wants tacos.
Yeah, I hope so.
There's I'm telling you, it's a fact. I've been around St. Roch enough people want tacos. There's no question about it. Alex, it's so great to have you on board. To have such an excellent, respected example of New Orleans Mexican food. It's an honor to have.
Well, this is, you know, and I get this. It's not authentic. I mean, but it is authentic New Orleans street tacos because I mean, I did serve them on the street. I use what's around, just like you know when I went.
You've been serving these tacos on the streets of New Orleans for 15 years. Yeah. That's authentic. Yeah. Let's call it that.
Right.
And now you don't have to chase them down. You're always here at St. Roch.
And it's comfortable in here.
And comfortable and hang out and you know.
And I'm a coffee addict.
Probably margaritas. Alex, thank you so much for coming, man. I can't wait to have more of your food, and I'm gonna cut the show right here because as soon as that camera goes off, I'm killing these tacos.
Well, like I said, I mean, I am proud to be in this number, as we say around here.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers.